Kaya chakshurun militam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya manobishtam stapitam yena bhutale Swayam rupam kadamahyam dadati swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Suta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Pachitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I'm very happy to be here together with all of you. And is there any person who came here first time today? Jai, let's welcome you. Hare Krishna. So, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's amazing scripture. Actually, it's Krishna himself narrating that story to his friend Arjuna. And it's always interesting to hear what God says. Yeah. And we have to understand a bit of context, what's going on in Bhagavad Gita. Even it's a lot of times we heard from it, and many years we read it, and still it's get a little bit blurred. The thing is that Krishna and his friend Arjuna, they're staying in the middle of battlefield, and the two armies, and between them they're standing on the chariot. And Krishna is like chariot driver of Arjuna, and he is speaking with him. In the beginning they were speaking like friends, but Arjuna, he was completely bewildered. What should I do? He was completely not understand what is my dharma or my duty in that situation. From both of sides of these armies, two separate armies, there was his family basically, and he have to be in one side of the. What should he do? He didn't understand. So, and he surrendered to Krishna, and from that moment, Krishna take role of spiritual master of Arjuna. He teach him that story. Of course, we could understand that Arjuna is friend of Krishna. He's Nitya Siddha, or perfect soul, completely self-conscious. And that story is not for Arjuna. That story is for us. And we have to hear that Bhagavad Gita, read it, understanding that actually I am on the place of Arjuna. This is the key to understand Bhagavad Gita, because if we are thinking that everything is nice, I don't need anything, don't teach me, I just will enjoy life, that's not working, at least for me. I don't know, maybe others have some other experience. Yeah. So it's a really important point to start with that to understand something, I have to be humble and submissive, that actually I'm missing real knowledge. Only after that I could be perceptive to get really precious diamonds from this book. Yeah, and the topic of class was announced that is Vasanta Panchami. It's a really a joyful celebration. I remember maybe it was 6 or 7 years ago in Mayapur. I met Vasanta Panchami there. Before it was really cold. There was moisture and not so pleasant. And after that day, usually spring coming. It would be nice if spring could come here also in Denmark. But we have to be more patient and wait a little bit more. Yeah, but it's really, really joyful celebration. All the deities in Mayapur, they dressed in yellow clothes. They have yellow flowers all around. It's so beautiful. Even pujaris, they put some yellow color on the skin of deities and chicks. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Yeah, and usually people, they worship Saraswati Devi on Vasanta Panchami. Saraswati Devi, she's a goddess of knowledge, of all arts and all kinds of poetry, artistic, and something like that. Yeah, and also she's in charge with the knowledge. And the thing is that we usually like to have that goal of life, artha and kama. So we want to have some opportunities and we want to enjoy mostly. This is dharma. It's not so favor thing for us, and moksha is also come on, it's somewhere there. Yeah, and usually people, they worship Goddess Saraswati to get something from her, to enjoy, to get some facilities that provide me good position, good skills. Maybe I would work and get some lot of money. I would be a very famous person. I would have 1 million subscribers on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And I'm gonna be in the center, and all the people gonna listen what I will do, and they will follow me. Yeah, so it's very prominent in our days. So we get attracted, but they with that opulences of God. Yeah, and here we can see that Krishna says that actually all the beautiful and glorious creations, they're coming from him. It's only just a small spark of his opulences. Yeah, and it's a really tough philosophy to have heaven here in earth without God. So we cannot be happy without God, without serving him. This is the system. Very often people say, why so stupid world, all the misery is coming, I cannot be happy here, always something torturing me this way or that way, what should I do? And yeah, this is the perfect construction of this world. God specially made it in that way that we cannot enjoy here so much, because our human goal of life is to get real knowledge, to worship God, to serve him. Only in that way we could be happy. So yeah, and now coming Kali Yuga, it's only 5,000 years that it started. So they're more 400,000 years or something like that. It's really a lot of time, unless it's keep going on and get special strength. So until that time, we very fortunate that we get in touch with the Krishna consciousness. And Krishna came 5,000 years ago to reveal Bhagavad Gita, and later, somehow or another, that knowledge gets covered, and people mostly forgot about that. So 500 years ago came Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he showed us that way how we can practice Krishna conscious, because it's really difficult to practice everything that Krishna says. He says there about meditation, about remembrance. It's quite difficult. And here, Krishna in this chapter gives a lot of verses showing Arjuna examples how he manifests here in this world that we could see. And in 35th verse, Krishna says that I am Vasanta, I am the spring. And it's really a joyful moment when spring comes. So I could say that actually Vasanta Panchami, we celebrate that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in our life and he gave us that freshness, that happiness, and he gave us Hare Krishna. Huh? Yes. Every time we see something yellow, sun for example, we can see that actually it's coming from Krishna. It's illuminating our life. It's giving us heat, shine. It's giving us joy, because nowadays not so much sun, so we are very happy to see when it's coming. So it's very important to understand in the proper way appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is Krishna himself, and he came here for his causeless compassion to all the people, including us. Yeah, and in Chaitanya Charitamrita is very beautiful verse. It's second verse. It say, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditao Gaudadai Pushpavantao Chitrao Shamdao Tamonudao. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he compared Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, our lordships, that they came in the one moment on the sky of Gauda. They look like sun and the moon in the ones. They appear to show us the way of devotion, to give us the moon splendor that cooling us, because as we singing in the mornings in the prayers of Gurvashtaka, Samsara Davana Lalita Loka, so that blazing fire is burning our hearts. It's really a lot of sufferings. And actually, if one switch on TV or radio, so many wild things happens. And it's no need to go far to find the proof that actually that the world is full of misery. And Krishna said about that, Dukhalayam Shashvatam. So intelligent people, they understand that and they try to follow Krishna consciousness and get the perfection of life. And I want to say a little pastime with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our God, who is Krishna himself in the mood of devotion and mood of Srimati Radharani, his most beloved devotee. That was in Mayapur. It was around 500 years ago. Nimai Pandita Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a scholar He was a teacher of Sanskrit grammar, and he was very how to say, full of knowledge that all the people, they considered him the wisest man in the Navadvip. And he had his students, and he was telling in front of them, studying them. And once there was Keshava Kashmiri. He was sage, and he was how to say, world champion of how to say, disputes. And they're talking about scriptures and how to say, debate. Yeah, debate. Yeah, debate. So they're coming together and try to fight with the words. I mean, not to offend each other, but to show the understanding of scriptures. Yeah, and Keshava Kashmiri, he was world champion of debate. He defeated all the people in all over the world, and he came to Navadvip. And Navadvip was how to say, it was center of sages, or how to say, scholars, Vedic scholars. And it was in the bank of Ganges River. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told, "Oh, it's such a good scholar came here. It's such a honor to me to meet you. So nice." But Keshava Kashmiri, he was really proud. He was a great devotee of Saraswati Devi. You remember I said we just want to be sure that you are in the, how to say, in the line. We worship Saraswati, and Saraswati, is goddess of knowledge, Vasanta Panchami. Okay, so, and Keshava Kashmiri was a really big devotee of Saraswati. He was worshipping her, and he get extraordinary skills of poetry, extraordinary skills of knowledge, mundane knowledge. And he was really proud about that. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered him, "Would you like to speak something? Maybe you can compose some verses about glories of Mother Ganges." And Keshava Kashmiri, in 1 hour, he was speaking spontaneously. 1 hour, he gave verses, verse by verse. He gave around 100 verses, and that was really amazing. It was so fast, and for 1 hour. Just try to imagine that kind of person he was. Yeah, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was really inspired. He was saying, "Wow, it's so nice, so good." And Keshava Kashmiri was even more proud, "Whoa!" He wanted to show his knowledge. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, "Okay, so it's nice. Could you explain me one verse?" And he chose one in the middle of that verses, and he completely repeated that word by word. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, "Okay, could you explain what is the nice moments in that verse, and what is the, how to say, mistakes there?" And Keshava Kashmiri was amazed, what? How it possible he remembered that 100 of verses? How he can? He was really shocked. And he told there cannot be any faults in that verses, they're perfect. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explained 5 nice moments in that verse and 5 faults. And Keshava Kashmiri was crushed. He was stoned. And disciples of Nimai Pandit, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they started to laugh, and he told them, "No, keep quiet." Yeah, and it's a really important moment that he didn't make a show from that. He tried to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, keep Keshava Kashmiri in that way that he can be like not like completely crashed. He tried to save him little. And he say, "You're such a nice scholar. Maybe you're tired today. Just take it easy. Maybe you should go like and take a rest, sleep a little, and then come tomorrow. Just you will show your poetry skills. Like today it was like just for little warming up." And and during the night, Keshava Kashmiri, he cannot sleep, and he was really upset. He feel that Goddess Saraswati, she didn't give him her mercy anymore. And by the morning, he could sleep a little, and he saw this dream, and he saw Saraswati Devi. She came to him, and he was asking, why did you left me there? Like, I was needing your support and your knowledge. And she told, I cannot like defeat my master. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself, he is God. I am just subordinate to him. I am only a small servant, maid servant of him. So Keshava Kashmiri was humbled, really humbled, and he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the morning, and he was completely humble. There was no trace of his pride anymore. He came to him, he bowed down to him and surrendered. He said, I'm your devotee, please forgive me, and I want to just fulfill your orders. Yeah. And he realized the position of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is really perfection of knowledge. This is the most important thing we have to get from Saraswati Devi if we worship her. To understand, realize who I am. I am just a small servant of the servant of the servant of God, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there could be like found different kind of lessons for us. It's really nice to hear that stories and try to understand that actually it's not only about Keshava Kashmiri and his proudness. Maybe something inside in my heart also. Yeah, and the first of lessons is that true knowledge is devotion to Ishvara, Brahma, creator of this universe. He say, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha. So he considered himself like small insignificant servant of Lord. So all demigods, they also subordinate to Brahma. So means it's like a disciple succession. So we have to understand that we have to worship God, not demigods to get from them all kinds of opulences, because that opulences will not make us happy. So another lesson is that we have to be like in the humble state of mind. In Bhagavad Gita, there are very famous verse, Tadvidhi pranipatinam pariprashnena sevayam upadikshyanti teganam gyaninastatva darshinaha. So we have to be like very humble, and we have to ask from our spiritual master. And when we accept that humble position, that knowledge could come to us, that knowledge coming from up to down. It's never that I'm down and I'm just by myself try to come to that knowledge. It's always coming to humble people. And another lesson is we have to have spiritual guidance. Like Keshava Kashmiri, he had that guidance by Saraswati Devi, because this is the system. We have to get all kind of knowledge, spiritual knowledge, from the guru, from the person who introduce us to Krishna. We cannot come to, for example, King of Denmark and say, Hare Bol, here I am. Hi, how are you? It's a lot of people between us and him, and if we want to approach him, we have to go through all that people. So the same principle is here in spiritual life. Another one is a really important lesson that one should be humble enough to realize and admit his faults. If I'm doing something wrong, and I guess that I'm not only one person who is doing something wrong, it's very important to admit and say, yes, it was fault, and try to understand what was the fault and how I can correct myself and to act in the proper way. So this is the mood of disciple or spiritual aspiring person who wants to go deep in spiritual knowledge. And we have to understand where is coming that talents, because we can see that a lot of devotees, they have amazing skills how to make nice dresses for the Krishna, like Laura Mataji is amazing skills. Or Swarup Siddhi Prabhu, he is not here. Okay. He is a really nice devotee. Actually, by his mercy, he was that person who introduced Krishna consciousness to me. And I would say that he saved me. So without him, I have no idea would I be now. But for sure, I will not sit here in front of you. So he's a really nice devotee. All of you can hear how he's chanting. Yeah, so I could continue along with the nice qualities. Yeah, but we have limited time. Maybe we can speak a bit with others about glorifying devotees. It's really nice. Krishna appreciates that when we appreciate devotees. But when we say something bad about each other, it's really bad. Krishna closes all the flow of mercy to us. Then spiritual life became a suffering for us. We try to chant holy name. We have experience. We chanted like when Swarupa Siddhi was chanting. It was really full, joyful, so nice, so like amazing. Yeah, but if I am finding devotees, it becomes suffering. I cannot joyfully chant. This is the mystery, but actually it's very simple. So we have to understand where is that talents coming from. All our talents, they coming from Krishna. And actually about Saraswati, we have to admit that Srimati Radharani, she is the best devotee who shows the perfect example of devotion. And one of the name of Srimati Radharani is Gandharvika. In Sweden, in Stockholm, the Aditi is Gandharvika Giridhari. So Gandharvika, it means the person who have all the skills, all the abilities how to make nice arts for Krishna. Yeah, it's really amazing. So I could remember that verse from Sri Ishopanishad, Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam, that says that everything belongs to Krishna. So if we have some kind of talents, we have to use it for Krishna. It could be said that, example, Srila Prabhupada was very often said about that. We have to water root of the tree. So Krishna could be compared with the root of the tree. So when we are using that talents for Krishna to serve him, to serve devotees, we could be really happy. This is the way. But if we try to be happy, we never could be happy. Prahlada Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam says that it's only way to be happy. It's never try to be happy. Just try to give happiness to Krishna, to his devotees. This is how we practice Krishna consciousness. It could be, say like that. And last verse I tell you today, it's like we have to finish with something sweet. And it's also from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Varnam Tvisham Krishnam Sangha Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayai Yagyantihi Samedhasa. It's, I think it's most important verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it tells us about Krishna, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came in Kali Yuga especially for us to give us that mercy. And there was word Sumedhasam. Sumedhasam means very intelligent. And who is most intelligent person is who Krishna Varnam could be translated also like syllables of Krishna. That person who chants holy name of Krishna with other devotees, that is Yuga Dharma, is the way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he inaugurated to us how we can achieve perfection of life and get Krishna Prema. Actually, it's only a state when we could be really happy, when we completely clean our heart and we could understand that I'm just a small servant of the servant of Krishna. And this is the way how one could become really happy. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.